Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. Today I want to have some fun. This is my stacked 3-ribbon bow, very elegant. This was the Christmas present that I made, and it's 3 different ribbons, as you can see, 1, 2, 3. Made them all separately and then stacked one on top of the other. I get lots and lots of comments about this, but I've never done a video on it. The other day I was shopping and I found this ribbon and our little accessory, whatever you want to call it, and it just gave me instant inspiration. I thought it looked like Easter hay, and so my brains just took off, and it was like, I need to make that video, and I'm going to use this little ribbon. I'm going to sit eggs in it, and it'll look like, as you can see here, this is the little girl's version. It's just, I wanted something very colorful, very Easter, something that a child would just be delighted with. And I really think this is it. I just love it. I showed it to a friend today and I asked her, is this too much? And she was delighted, and she was like, she would have liked to have gotten the present herself. So I really did make this with children in mind, and this is the little girl's version, and now I'm going to show you the little boy's version. I have grandchildren. I have a little girl and we have a set of twin boys. We are really blessed, and so this was done with Julie in mind, and now I'm going to show you what I would do for a little boy. Okay, for time purposes, I'm just going to have to tell you how I did some of the steps, because the videos can only run so long, and boy, does this kind of look like a mess right now. But anyway, the first ribbon is the big green ribbon. I wrapped it once around the box and I hot glued it. I didn't tie it in a knot because it was just too heavy, so I just cut it and I hot glued it. Then the next ribbon, this is the second ribbon, I ran it around and I tied it in a knot. That's its knot right there. And then I just cut the end off. And I tied it in a knot, but I left the tail. This tail here is a piece that I just cut and I stuck it under this second ribbon. So I put this ribbon on, I tied it in a knot, left the tail on one side and cut that off there. And then I came back and then I cut this piece and I hot glued it right under there. So there is my first sets of tails, because my other tail is going to be connected to the bow, which you will see in a minute. This is just Easter hay. And what I did is I just opened the bag and I just pulled out a handful and I just ran my fingers through it till I got it, just a whole bunch that just stuck together, and I just hot glued it down. I hot glued it, you can see, in 4 spots, and like I said, it doesn't look like much now, but it's, as you've seen before, it's just so cute whenever the bow's added. But anyway, that's what it looks like at this stage. What I did is I put a great big clump of hot glue there, and I had a little piece of cardboard, and I just kind of pressed it down so that I wouldn't burn my hands. So that's all I did. I just put that there and then just kind of pressed it down into the glue, and as you can see, it's really sticking really well. Then I held the box up and I just kind of trimmed it off. I had some that were really hanging down really long, but anyway, I just kind of trimmed that part off. So anyway, that's the stage we're at, and I'm going to show you how to make your first bow. Okay, so here we are. I have the board set up to make our first big bow. It's going to be the green burlap. As you can see here, now you know burlap is just so popular, and it was such a pretty Easter color, so I wanted to use that, and it matched my other ribbons so well. We're going to be making this on row C. As you can see, we'll have no center loop on this bow, because we're going to be stacking one bow on top of the other, and we're going to end up with our little nest in the middle. I'm glad that I can show you this, because we're going to start to the left. No center loop. We're going to start to the left. So we're going to have one loop around fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4 right, 1, 2, 3, and 4 left, and let's begin. So as before, here we are with this wonderful little ward bow lap, 26 gauge wire. Come around from the back, 1, 2 around, wire up, wire down, and since we have no center loop, I'm going to start on the left. That's now going to be my center. And so you just proceed the same way. Wire this around, getting this piece of wire out of your way for now. Go around just one time around that nail, stick that underneath the bottom, get that out of the way, just leave yourself just a little bitty loop. So there you are. Do your bottoms up movement, twist, finger one right, pinch, put my finger right there, pinch to my hand, and twist. You know, in bow making, it's all about the twist, but this certainly does make it easier using pro bows. So here we go, pinch and twist. There you go, pinch and twist. I'm going to just see just how fast I can do this because I have a lot of steps to show you. So pinch, twist, flip it over, pull down snugly, pinch, twist. Don't have to worry about our spools rolling all over the floor because I'm doing that bottoms up movement and my hand to spool ribbon is not twisting on me. So there we go. The bow is made. I'm going to pinch, twist, go back and get that little piece of wire, pull that off, pull down, get that off the nail, wire this off. There you go. Wire that off at the end. And lift. Now I'm going to kind of take a little measurement and see how much ribbon I left. Oh, about that much. So I'll cut that off for now and get this out of the way. Okay, so this is our next step, and for time purposes, I've already made up that little bow, but I wanted you to see, I moved my pins inward, and I made this little bow on row B. I made it exactly how I made the little green bow. So there it is, it's made. So I'm going to set that aside for a moment, but however, I am going to make this little bow. So what we're going to do is take these off, and I'm going to make these. It really doesn't matter. I don't have to be too particular. This is making, we just want some little loops, and I think I'll make them, let's see, that'll do. No, well, no, I think I want it right there. Okay, that'll do. Okay, I'm just going to take this little piece, my little piece of accessory here. I'm going to come from the back, 1, 2. I'm just going to go around. Just do this. I mean, isn't do this just so quickly because now we don't have to twist. I'm just going to thread it back and forth from one finger to the other. I don't have to twist or anything. You'll see just how easy this is to do, to add a little accessory. So you see, that's all I'm doing with it. I'm just kind of going around, just going around the little fingers, and I think I'm going to go around those twice. Then I'm going to go around this. And then around this, and then keep that down there, and then once again, and then there, and I'm going to move on to here, 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 and here. I'll do it one more time. There we go, and that's it. And now that's what's going to be the little nest for the little eggs. There we go. I'm going to cut this because I want kind of like a little long tail. So I'll just lift that and then separate them. I'm just kind of separating them right now, but I'll certainly fluff this a lot more once I get it on the box. So you see, that's going to make just the cutest little nest for the little eggs that I'm going to hot glue in. So pull this down here, like that. There, that's good enough for now. So now let's make our bow. Let's get this out of the way for now because we're done making our bows. And now let's just stack them. Okay, this is the bottom of the tail, so this is the bottom of the bow. And that tail went that way, so I'm gonna work this one over this way. So you see it's gonna go on like that. I want one piece of wire up and one down, or sideways or whatever, just so that you can, you'll be able to get them up under that ribbon there whenever you tie it on. So now this one, and you see, we're going to take the piece of wire from the back, and it's going to go, let's see, where's the center? This is the center right here. Let's see, it's right there. Let's go right through there. Put that piece of wire right through, and then pull this down underneath. Pull it around the back. You just stack, and I'm going to go around. See, I'm around the back now. And I'm going to just wire this little mess together. There we go. Just go around a couple of times just so it'll hold. You don't want to make a big bump there. So there. Turn that over. And this tail goes right on top of the other one. Okay, so there's the longest loop. And then we'll put these up and put this here. Wait, that's the other. And just place your loops. And then that goes there, and that goes there. And that goes there. Now, what I'm going to do with the little nest, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go right over the top. And it's going to pull that right in. Pull this around to the back with the other wires. And then this will go right around there. Wire it all together. Then kind of separate them. Is I'm going to slip one set of these wires underneath this knot and one over it, and then I'm going to wire it off to the ribbon. So I'll do that and I'll see you in a second. So now here we are. I have stacked all three ribbon, one on top of each other, the little nest, then this one, pulled them together tight, and then wired them to my original ribbon that I had on the box that I tied around the box. This is that tail that was tied to the box itself. This is the tail that came from the ribbon. So now you have your two tails there. And for the little eggs, of course, I have candy in them. For the two eggs, I picked the blue and the orange, and I just found these little eggs. Of course, you can find them everywhere. They're just everywhere in all the little drug stores and everything. And I put candy in them, like I said, and but the colors just match so perfectly. That's why I picked those. So there's the orange, and of course, orange is just so popular right now. It's just everywhere. But there's the orange and blue, and I added just a little bit more hay on the side, and I trimmed it a little bit more. It was looking a little wild, but anyway, I just think this would be very delightful for a child. This is definitely, as you can see, designed for a child, but I think it'll just be wonderful, and I think they'll really just love it. And you can see just how easy that was to do. So I hope you do enjoy this too. So here's our little boy's package. Of course, with the blues, that helps make it look a little bit more for little boy, and the greens and burlap ribbon, and then of course here's all the beautiful little girl colors. So I certainly do hope that gives you some inspiration for your Easter gift wrapping, and I hope you enjoy this as much as I have. Thank y'all so much. Bye.